Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about Mindfulness 101. I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am A Slate.
All right, so you have our mindfulness moment, which is the definition of mindfulness, actually.
It is the definition of mindfulness. And I don't, you got to start this recording over. No, I'm kidding. Mindfulness can be described as a practice of paying attention. See, I had to be mindful of paying attention in the present moment and doing it intentionally and with non-judgment. Mindfulness meditation practices refer to the deliberate acts of regulating attention through the observation of thoughts, emotions, and body states. At the core of mindfulness is the idea of being physically, mentally, and emotionally present with your feelings. It takes time and practice to learn to be with and accept your own feelings. This key to this learning is daily self-care, being mindful. That's our mindfulness.
That was the best. It was a very real, touchable definition, which is important. So on this episode, we're gonna give you 12 self-care tips to get you to be more mindful, which is the goal for everybody. So the first one on our list: start every morning with some stretching exercises. Yoga or Tai Chi will get you alert and get your blood flowing.
So what's that song say? I gave it a stretch up for morning yawning.
Exactly. No, I do try to stretch every morning. I'm not good with the yoga so much. But I've been following Yamika. Shout out to Yamika.
Shout out to Yamika.
So she has videos on YouTube and on Facebook for basic yoga poses. We did have her as a guest on the show. So if you need some help to ease into yoga, because I have to ease into it. This is new.
Ease into it.
Right, yeah.
Well, y'all stretching and doing yoga in the morning. I'm stretching to get up at 5 o'clock and start praying in the morning. So I stretch after that. Our number two is my favorite. Good nutrition. Make yourself a nutritious or interesting meal. Try having a salad a day. That takes some thought. Because if you're mindful, the first thing you'll think is, I don't want a salad. Salads are boring. But guess what you can do? If you're gonna have a salad a day, you better make that thing interesting. Yeah. One day you can put meat in it. One day it's just vegetables. One day it's fruit and vegetables. See, yeah, you got to play with it. I
feel like there's a salad that I love at a local fast food restaurant that has chicken and strawberries and apples and walnuts on it. And I'm like, yes, because salads do tend to get boring if you're just eating the basic lettuce, egg, bacon bits, dressing.
A chef salad. Boo.
Yeah,
boo. That's so great.
I like a good Santa Fe salad, with the roasted corn and the chicken. Like, yes.
I like a Slate Kitchen bibimbap kind of bowl. Like, I make my own bibimbap kind of bowl. So
I like it.
It is good.
So we need to post that recipe, huh? The Slate bibimbap style.
I'm telling if you gonna eat a good nutritious salad like Slate, you got to just be hungry and creative. Anything can go in that thing. Whatever you got on hand.
I like it. All right, so number 3 on our list, I do this every day. Look yourself in the mirror, in the eye, and say, I love you.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I gotta do better. And I love you. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Look at yourself, flaws and all, so like we had a self-care assignment last week that said, you have to change your narrative. So you can look in the mirror and dog yourself out and find all your flaws. Or you can look in the mirror and appreciate everything that you have.
That's right. Right.
Those extra lbs, so I look at my body and I go, oh, you fat, you sloppy, you this, you that. But then I go, wait a minute. you gave birth to two beautiful humans
Come
in
on.
that body. So,
Come on.
these tiger stripes, these are like you know, these are marks of love. These are marks to say, hey, I ran around that track and I got the tracks to prove it. Like,
You are so in my head right now. And I had a young lady talking to me about her some body image issues yesterday. And I had to think, I got a whole poem wrote about counting my baby lines. Because y'all know
yes,
I be serious about this pudge and this stomach. But every time I look at my little baby Grace, I'm like, these lines created all of this gorgeousness, all this grace, all this beauty, this whole entire blessing came. This is from that. No. Be proud of your body. Be proud of your body.
and if
It's
you think
none of my
about,
work.
you think about a tree. When they cut a tree open, they count the rings and they signify
Yes.
the age of the tree and the richness of the tree. So if I get to count on these little bitty lines, now,
Count them baby lines. And then if you just look at it as your body is telling a story. I had a beautiful woman. She talked about like the period of the cycle one time, and she said your body does surgery on itself every month. Every 28 to 30 days, your body is doing surgery on itself. And that was Sierra Leone. And when you think about the things that your body goes through and what it endures, we should be a little more loving, to our bodies.
What's the name? Kendrick Lamar had that song, I Love Myself.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm telling you, you better count them baby lines and every other scar simply to remind you of how you've gotten this far. Yes.
I like it.
Yes. So we got some books on that. We got some books. Number 4. Read a motivational or self-help book, such as, now this book has been getting a ton of attention in recent months, and it's called Sacred Woman, a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit by Queen Afua. If you don't know what it is, all you got to do is type in Sacred Woman and you're going to see that book everywhere. Another one is The Miracle of Mindfulness, an introduction to the practice of meditation. And I'm going to let Lady Bounce pronounce this name because I can never do it.
Thich Nhat Hanh.
See how dope she is. And I'm over here like Ichni Sanchi. Songs.
But I follow Thich Nhat Hanh. He's got really, really great books about using the power of ADHD. Like one of the books is called The Joy of ADHD, The Gift of ADHD. Because so often, schools and doctors would like to tell you that having ADD or having ADHD is this really bad thing and you don't want to have it. But in his books, he talks about how to use these gifts of non-focus and hyper-focus to be creative. Because there's levels to it and there's spectrums to it. Sometimes, it's complete non-focus, and then other times it's hyper-focus on just one thing. So he talks about how to use that gift, because it really is a gift. I mean,
it is. It really is. I've seen like my nephew. I want to say was misdiagnosed with ADHD, and I just was like, no, he's extremely brilliant and he's extremely creative, and he ain't got time to sit still because ideas are just running through his head nonstop. So I definitely agree that it's a gift. The other thing here is, I like this one. Write a poem expressing your innermost thoughts and feelings. It does not have to rhyme. Okay, free verse. This is a great form of self-expression, and I'm a big fan of that. A lot of people hear the word poetry and think, I can't do that. And I can't write a poem. And no, I'm not saying that everybody is a poet, because everybody is not a poet. Everybody has a poem in them. There's a poem in there. Life is a poem to me. So you can just sit down, write your feelings out. Just find some rhythm and flow, even if it's just in the way that you say it, and write you a poem. That's a good way to get into that mindfulness mode.
I'd like to. I've never written a poem about myself, but I've written poetry about like love and stress and strife, and it is very freeing. And being not a poet, by trade, it's a lot more freeing because I don't have like the pressure to be perfect. I can just dump what's in my head on some paper and go, you did that, girl.
Yeah.
Sometimes it rhymes, sometimes,
Sometimes I run slow, sometimes I run quick. Whatever.
Exactly.
I don't know where I'm at today, but I'm there.
I like it. But there's a shirt that I want that says, "I think in song lyrics, and if you can't handle that, we can't be friends."
You do.
I need that shirt. I do.
You need that tattoo. Is what you need, because
Yes. My first tattoo. I like it.
And you actually know all the words to the song. I might know a couple lines on hook. I'm like, she must have read all them verses when she was a kid inside the tape jacket. She know all the words.
Exactly. I didn't have nothing else to do.
Serious mindfulness. He pays some serious attention to these lyrics of these songs. We don't call her Lady Bounce for nothing, okay?
Exactly. So number 6, I like this one. I've gone on nature walks before, but this one's a little bit different. It says go for a photo walk. In this exercise, nature and photography, which is artistic expression, are all going to come together. So you go on this walk and you just take pictures of the things that you see. Like, that's amazing. Because I talk about, like, one of our self-care sermons last week also was go on a walk and think about only the sights and the sounds on your walk. So don't think about that deadline, that work project. This is due, that's due, you got to do. Just think about these trees, these leaves, these birds, that with all of this stuff going on in the world, these squirrels and these birds and the wildlife, they just doing what they do.
And they ain't worried about nothing.
Nothing.
They are not. Yeah, my phone is proof that I done that too much.
But pictures are beautiful though. Like Jay's always taking pictures of like the sun and the moon when we're out, and I look at him and I go, it's the same sun that was up yesterday. Yeah, but
it's beautiful every day.
It looks different today. And I'm like, okay. So I have to switch, in my head, how I think about it, how I look at it. Because I'm like, yeah, it is the same sun, but it's not the same sun. And it's not the same angle.
That's that change in the narrative. Yeah.
It does. You have, so again, it's being mindful, being present in the moment that
it's
not the same sun as yesterday. So
that's right.
I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it.
And you was talking about changing that narrative earlier, so it's probably just a shift in perspective. Like you still thinking the same way you was yesterday. We got to change that. Yeah, beautiful. And let's see, create a collage representing who I really am. And that's fun because it kind of sounds like a vision board, but one of the things we could be doing is like write the vision, make it plain. You could be writing who you desire to be. You could be using those pictures instead of just putting who you think you are right now, because that can be limiting. It can be stressful. It could even be depressing if you're not where you think you should be. But if you take these pictures in a collage and put yourself exactly where you want to be, not only is it mindful and it is it's almost prophetic, because you pushing yourself into another realm, into another place. So that can really do something for your mind.
Okay, so on my vision board, I guess I'd put like famous educators, that I look up to, and put my face on their body.
Yeah.
So I can do that, and that counts, right?
Yeah, you sure can, because I done took a newspaper article where this lady had wrote a best-selling book and taught some 3-years how to read, and I'm not going to say what I put on there, but I took the clip and took another word from another article and put it in there so it could be the headline for the book that I'm going to write. Yeah. I
like that. Okay. So I'm not that far off then.
No, we gain inspiration from everything, everywhere.
Okay, so now this next one, it's a little hard for me. I can do part of it, but I can't do all of it. So it says, lie down on the grass and stare up at the sky, watching the clouds and imagining what shapes do you see. So I can definitely do the sky gazing. I can't.
You need a blanket.
Yeah, laying in the grass. I'm a city girl. No.
I'm a city girl with an old country heart, I guess. I'm going to lay in that grass. I don't like bugs, but I'm going to get a sheet and lay in the grass. And I've done it plenty of times. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
I mean, it looks cute in the movies when they go like on a little romantic date and they lay down and they look at the sky and hold hands, and I'm like, yeah.
You haven't done. I mean, I did it.
No.
I did it last year. Not last year. I did it year before last. Right at Arthur Fisher Park, and I mean, it was the most peaceful thing until those helicopters came and disturbed my peace. There was some helicopter rides going on, but it's beautiful and it's soothing. It really is.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a bug-proof blanket or a tent with a
with a moon roof,
with a sunroof.
I will gladly take that, but just laying in the grass.
You're not gonna get the full vibe. You're not gonna get the full vibe, but
I'm not ready.
At least you're willing to try it. Go outside. Let's see, you got that. But keep track of compliments. Oh my God, in your journal. Okay, so this is a good one. Keeping track of compliments in a journal. I know I'm a person that has a very hard time accepting a compliment. And I'm sure a lot of us don't even realize sometimes that we are downplaying when people are complimenting us or giving us the pat on the back that we rightfully deserve. So write them down in a journal. Just say your thank you and keep it moving, because you ain't got to talk it down, and write it down. And then go back. It might inspire you, encourage you, motivate you, or just strengthen you in a moment when you really, really, really need it. So yeah, that is definitely a good one. And it's also a good idea to keep a log of your achievements and all the things you have learned, because it's an ego boost if you need one.
Because, we do tend to downplay compliments when people say, "Oh, girl, I love that shirt." What's the first thing you say? This old thing.
I had this thing for
I got this at the thrift store for $2. Like, she didn't ask you all that. She said your shirt was cute.
Right.
So yeah, that's a mindful thing. It's a work in progress to change the narrative in your head that you are deserving of these beautiful words. And if you are somebody who uplifts other people and you're always giving out compliments, why don't you think you deserve them back? You do. Yeah. I like it.
You can stay humble, but still, you know.
Now this one I have done. I like this one a lot. Go outside the city limits and gaze at the stars on a clear night.
She said she has done that one. I have experienced that one in a beautiful way. So yeah.
Because you pick out the stars and it's again one of those moments of changing the narrative of how you look at the sky. You've been seeing the same sky over your head for your whole lifetime, but how many times have you really looked at it? You see it, but do you look at it? Do you embrace it?
I've been able to look at it on the back of a bike in the darkest of night, open area, just dark sky and beautiful full moon, and just can hold my head back and just it is just a beautiful experience, especially if you into the sky like me. I keep my head in the clouds. So
but that's good. That's super, super good.
Let's see. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't ashamed to say it. My finances ain't always in the best of order. I've even filed a bankruptcy before. You hear me? But hey, it happens. We can keep moving and change things. Get your finances in order. Track every dime you spend and make a ledger of everything you spend your money on. Why is that important? Mindfulness. If we are mindful of what we're doing with our money, guess what? There's no stress. There's no lack. There's no debt. These things fall away like magic when we are mindful of what we are doing with our money. And we could probably figure out where to spend less and where to invest more when we keep track of it in a ledger. Every dime.
I mean, maybe not every dime, but as close as you can get to every dime. Because again, it not only can show you where you quote unquote waste money, or where you could save money, because we often say, "Oh, I can't save money." Yes, you can. If you stop drinking those $5 coffees every day, or you stop eating out for a month, just imagine, start small. Go a whole month where you don't buy fast food, where you go to the grocery store, you eat what you buy at the store, and only that, you buy stuff to pack your lunch. It does make a difference. When your finances are more in order, you are less stressed. then you don't. How many times have you had a job where you felt like you work for nothing? At the end, at the end of the week, you get your paycheck, you go shopping, you buy some things, and you go, dang, I just worked 48 hours and I have nothing to show for it. So when you're mindful about your spending, then you don't feel like you work for nothing.
And then when you get to seeing all your money on paper, not only will you be mindful of your spending, you might be more mindful of your saving and spend less. You wouldn't spend so quick, because a lot of times we spend in our check before we even get it. Because we done already did this and this and this, and we already, it's already spent before we even get it. So when you're writing it down, you can really see, again, write the vision, make it plain. Write it down.
So number 12 on our list is probably have to be my favorite of them all. Don't forget yourself on your next shopping trip. We often make sure we shop for everyone else's needs and wants in our households but our own. So
I'm gonna shut up.
With that, and it doesn't have to be something, extravagant and expensive. You don't have to go buy yourself a new Cadillac, but that shirt you saw on sale, go ahead and buy it.
Or that Buble tea you want, Nikki.
Yes, I love my bubble tea. I have to have it. That is a $6 cup of sunshine. Like, it really is.
Shout out to y'all with that tea. That $6 cup of sunshine. That's a commercial.
Right. I'm hoping that I can hit my favorite food truck a couple more times before the season change and they pack it up for the winter. But she's been busy because it is coming to the end of her season, and I'm like, wait, I just want 2 more, 2, 3. I won't be greedy, I often I wish that you could freeze them, because I just freeze me some, and then when I wanted some in the winter, I could.
Could you though? You probably could.
I don't know how that.
It wouldn't be that good, slushy, and then those little. Yeah, I just feel weird even saying it. And then those little, those, and then they explode or whatever. Hey guys, go get you one of those teas so you can know what I'm attempting to talk about that I can't say.
It's so funny because I'm watching you and listening to you, and our producer is over here with the same exact reaction. So he's cracking up with the no face. You're like, no. I just needed a moment. That was like a great self-care moment to just laugh at the two of y'all having the same exact reaction.
Guys, please get you. I call it Buble. She calls it bubble tea. I believe is it the yellow truck?
Billy's Go Bubble Tea.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, get you one. Get you one. If you find them on Facebook, get you a tea, and then come back in the comments and let us know if you know what I was trying to say. Okay, because I couldn't explain what happens when you drink the tea. Yeah, something happens.
So, before we wrap up, what is your favorite self-care assignment? Like, what do you do that really gets you mindfully plugged into you and to your life? What's your favorite?
Here in this season right now, it is I'm learning to be still. I'm learning to be still. And y'all know I'm reading a lot of the Bible. Y'all know I am. But that be still and know that I'm God. I'm being still, listening to the voice of the Most High. I'm waiting to hear from the Most High at most moments. So that is the thing that is giving me the most peace. It is giving me the most instruction and direction, and it's giving me the most clarity, is listening to the voice of the Most High God. So I'm just sitting and being still. I'm praying and having a conversation and building my relationship. So that is what is working for me. For some other people may say that sitting with themselves, sitting with oneself, listening to the God within, because you do have a God in you. And that may work for them. But for me, that's what's working for me in this pandemic right now. What is working for you, sister?
For me, it's the same as cultivating relationships. You and I have been having a lot more conversations. I got sometimes I get baby fever, and now I don't have to worry about baby fever because I have you for that. So when I'm feeling like, hey, I need some unconditional love,
Oh.
Space Bird got it. So I'm okay. So that every Saturday baby fix, that's working for me. It definitely,
Thank you.
it adds light because I'm like, hey, this is all right.
Oh, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all so much. And Space Bird do too.
See?
Space Yeah, because we know our producer has wooed Space Bird in
Oh,
such a way. None of the things she does to me he's ever experienced, guys. I want y'all to know. I want everybody that's watching this Fly With Us podcast. I don't know what is happening, but he has such peace in his aura. He put a spell on her. He put a spell on my baby. And she is just mesmerized in his presence. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful.
he did the same thing to both of mine. I feel like I was just an incubator, and then once they got here, they were no longer mine. Like the influence and the controls that I thought I had meant nothing once they met the aura that is
Yes.
certificate. So
I was just watching them the other day. They were having that stare off, and she just was like, she was so calm, and they were exchanging energy.
yeah, like it was a whole conversation without saying a word. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way she looked at me, like, excuse you, talking. Okay.
How dare you interrupt the flow?
Yeah. So that's that.
All right. So we had your favorite part of the show.
It's our hey, it's time for our brain science.
All right, so as we're talking about mindfulness and practicing self-care as a means to be more mindful, according to neuroscience research, mindfulness practices dampen activity in our amygdala and increase our connections between the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, which is the front and the middle part of your brain. Both of these parts of the brain help us to be less reactive to stressors and to recover better from stress when we experience it. We definitely experience stresses every day. So it's good to know what your triggers are when it comes to stress. And it's also good to know what will untrigger you and bring you back down. So meditation and mindfulness can have a positive impact on your relationships. It increases your compassion for other people. And, dig this, it makes you a better parent.
What?
Yes. So it says there are many studies that find a positive link between mindfulness and relationship quality, which is a byproduct of the effects that we've already been describing. Mindfulness is linked to better relationships with your kids. Studies have found that mindfulness practices can lessen stress, depression, and anxiety in parents of preschoolers and children with disabilities, i.e. teenagers. Mindful parenting is also linked to more positive behavior in children. Mindfulness can make romantic relationships more intense. And if your relationship comes to an end being mindful, there are quite a few studies that find that mindfulness makes breakups and divorce easier. Who knew? I didn't. I was like, whoa, wait, that's new.
I can see it.
So mindfulness meditation also has an impact on your physical health. It has, because again, the way you see exercise, the way you see caring for your body and being mindful about that makes you take better care of your body. So the big question that I often get asked, what kind of meditation is right for you? It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on when you do your body scan and your mental scan, what do you find that you are lacking? Or what parts of your brain get triggered when you think about mindfulness and stress and meditation? That's where you start. So that's where your focus should be. You could do, let me see. Pick one thing a day and change it. I was trying to find a way to word it. So if you have negative thought patterns, the easiest way to fix that is for every negative thought you have 2 positive thoughts. And then before you know it, you have decreased your negative thought pattern, which I was guilty of a whole lot. I could look at a situation and only see the bad, all of the bad, and not look at it for, wait a minute, there is some good in here. So let me find the good. So doing that mental shift, now when I look at something, I only see the good. And so when people are like, but did you see this? And I'm like, oh, I guess that is kind of bad, huh?
You have done an excellent job with that too. Yeah, you have. Keep going. You
I'm
have.
trying. So, and so the last question it says is, how much meditation and mindfulness is enough? That also depends on you. It depends on what you're looking for. Again, what you want your life to look like, to feel like, and how do you want your life experiences to be? How do you want to experience life? If you want to experience it to the fullest, then you dive deep into this thing and you don't come up for air until you feel like you're already breathing where you are. So the deep, the deeper you want to go, it's available.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So our recommendation from the Fly With Us podcast is to try different things, to try what works for you, to find what works for you. Because this isn't a one size fits all, and this isn't a one time thing. This is an everyday, throughout your day. Now, that's not to say that, you aren't going to, slip back into some of these bad habits. But when you catch yourself slipping, rather than beat yourself up about it, just get back on track.
Just keep moving.
Keep moving. Keep moving forward. The only way out is through. The only way up is to go up, to keep going up. You're not going to
Winston Churchill said it very well. He said, if you are going through hell, keep going. The only time anything becomes a problem is when we stop. Just keep going.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then there's a quote that I have on my desk at work that says, if you care enough for a result, then you will work for it.
That's right. So
whatever that result is, if you care enough for it, you'll do what it takes to get it. So what do you want and how are you going to get it?
And I love that you kept emphasizing with the brain science in the end is you. It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you want. Like she said, it's a personal experience and work. It's a personal thing. You have to do it. That's why it's Fly With Us, not just us. First, love yourself with us. We can do it together, but it really takes you. Only you know what you want. Only you know what you need. But we here to figure it out together. We can do it together.
We can do it together. So you can follow us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Apple, Google Podcasts. Yeah, we in this thing. We in this work. Come get this work with us. And you can always email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. Let us know your bubble tea experience.
Please let us know.
Yes, I need to know, so I can do an informal survey of what are other people doing for self-care, and what is your opinion of bubble tea.
And I want to give you a hint really quick. If you've ever heard the phrase "a party in your mouth," like it's like a party in your mouth. Tell me more about this experience when you have this tea. Yes, I can say that. Okay, but I won't say any more.
That is the best. And so with that being said, I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am A Slade.
And we out of here.
Peace.